Hi, my name's Ethan Moyo, and basically in this video I'll be teaching you guys on how to use Adobe Premiere Pro as an alternative, editing software in case you can't use any of like your main editing softwares, for example iMovie or anything else that you feel comfortable with. So basically I start off by clicking on New Project to create a new project file, which is the steps that you have to take also. And I'll name this how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. So after naming your file and pressing OK or continue, you'll be brought out to this layout, which basically shows the layout of Adobe. You have the assembly here. It basically shows you all the files that you can input, your timeline, and see your timeline, which is where you input your media, and you can basically play around with them, or you can use whatever these tools over here, like your editing or your effects, to basically give the effect or idea that you want to your audience by placing them in the drop media here to create sequence box. So what you have in the editing is basically you have two screens, and it shows your effects control, or it just shows your screen, which is displaying what you're working on. It displays your media. In the effects, this is where you can find your lumetri presets, or your audio effects, or also your audio transitions, your video effects, and your video transitions. The main ones, just for the basics today, we'll just be looking at the video transitions, the audio transition, and the audio transitions. And also there's always going to be the audio, which basically displays your tracks that you're playing. So if I input a piece of media into this box, then it'll show the audio into this box, and you can basically play around with it, and you can just affect or give the specific effect or the volume that you want, or the basically what you want with it. Moving on, I'm gonna show you how to input media. Basically what I'm going to use is I'm just going to pick a random video from my file. Let's say I can use this feedback video right here, and once I drag it in, it's basically going to show the file on the left side in this box where it shows where you can look for your media. You can search for it, or you can just drag it and enter it over there. I already have it there, so it's not needed. And basically what it displays is that it shows the video over here. You can enter like the editing part of the software, and it'll basically show the video on one side, it'll show your box for your files over here, and it'll show your sequence editing box over here. So basically if I run it back, I'll just play the video. You can see the video playing with the sound up. And here you see the bottom side over here is the audio, and the top part here is basically the video. One impressive feature that you can do about this is that you can basically hide this, and it will just play the audio in case you want to play another video on top, or or you could just choose to delete this specific video and then add a new video file on top, and it will play the video on top of the audio. Or you can mute this, and it'll do basically the exact same thing, but vice versa. It'll play the video and mute the audio. Or if you just decide to take off the audio and add a new audio, that also works. So what I'll be moving on to now is showing how to basically use the main effects that I said we're going to be focusing on today, like the audio transitions and video transitions, and implementing them into your editing or your video. And this can be done like, say, okay, I'm going to use a video transition. I'm going to use a dissolve, a cross dissolve, or a dip to black, which is what people commonly like to use at the end. And I'm going to drag it to the tip or the end part of the video file. And what you'll see here is that basically it'll dip to black when you want your video to finish. To make it more smooth, you could zoom in and you could basically extend the process of dipping to black so it's more comforting and smooth. And basically what will happen is that it'll dissolve into darkness. What you can also do is you can use a bunch of other type of basically video end transitions. Oh yeah, you can also double click on the transition that you've inputted and you can add the timing or the duration that you want it to run for. So I could put, say for example, 5, and then it'll just change it into 5 seconds of dipping into black, and that's exactly what will happen. It will dip for 5 seconds approximately. You can also delete, and you can just highlight it and press backspace or delete, and you can add different types of video transitions. I'm gonna make this one, for example, 3 seconds, so it's quicker, and it'll do the exact same type of basically it'll do the transition that you want. It's quite simple. So for the start of the video, you can also do a dip to white, which is like an entry, and then you basically scroll back to the start and you obviously input the file, and you can also put the duration over here. You can put 4 seconds, say it'll extend. You wouldn't really want a long one because it's the start of the video, so I'll just put like maybe 50 over here. It'll be reasonably long, and that's your entry into your video. Now for the audio transitions, it's quite fairly simple also. You can use the constant gain, the constant power, or the exponential fade. I can show all 3 examples really quickly. Constant gain, you can just it's basically for the start, for the video to gain its sound, so it's not just a loud instant sound. It's quite smooth. You can also set the duration for this, say for 50 seconds, and you'll get exactly the same as your video transition. It will be quite comforting. You can do the same thing for all 3 of them. You just highlight, delete it, put constant power. There's already a default duration anyways. And then there's also the exponential fade, which you would most likely like to use at the end of your video when you want to dissolve the sound into basically mute. And you can extend it, or again you can put a duration, and what will happen is that it will just fade into no sound. Or let me just extend it more so it's easier and more clear to hear. And slowly it becomes more and more quiet until you can't hear anything. And lastly, after you've basically fiddled with the video transitions and the audio transitions, and you basically have the idea or the file that you want to have, you want to know how to export, which is something that becomes really tricky for people. So what you're going to do for this is that you're going to go to your file, you're going to go all the way down to where it says export media. I don't know, it just does this, and here you go, you basically have your exported video. You want to make sure that it's on H.264, and basically you just leave everything to the rest unless you want to fiddle with something, but it's really not on the basics. You just want to export, you can export straight away. Then you click export, and then it's going to show your video basically exporting. Depends on how big the file and how long the estimated time remaining for the download to happen, but reasonably it'll be quick. And that is the end of it. You're gonna want to actually save it somewhere in a file. So this is the name of the video that I used, and I'm gonna save that as adobe Prem tutorial, or tuto, basically short for tutorial. You can choose where to save it. I'm going to save it on my desktop, why not? And yes, it's as an MP4. If you're going to be using video also, or yeah, if you're going to be using video, it's going to be an MP4. If it's no video, just audio, it's going to be an MP3. It just depends on what you're trying to create. I'm going to save it there, and I'm going to export. Takes a bit of time. That is finished. You can simply just search up, if you click your command and space, you can just search up what you named it as, Adobe Prem short, and there you have it. Basically have your video, and you can obviously click on it, it'll open up and it'll show your video. Quick short video with your transitions. You skip to the end. I'm just going to show I took them off, but it did show the audio transition as it faded away, or the exponential fade. And basically there you have it. You have your basic concepts on how to access Adobe Premiere Pro and use the effective features. You know where each tabs are, and you know basically where your editing boxes. You can use those basically to drag your effects and just to utilize them to your best for maximum capability.